It all comes down to this. One final weekend of wiffle in the beautiful confines of the Wolves' Denver. There are a couple storylines that are interesting heading into the matchup between the Marauders and the Freejacks. Can Hunter Crawford continue to razzle and dazzle in his first year of OLW? Will the Freejacks be able to overcome having just a two-man team? Will Brett Callaty finally surrender his first run of the season? Did the off-season moves the Marauders make pay off for their first championship? The Marauders seemed to exceed expectations and surprised many teams this year in the OLW. The Freejacks brought back 3 pieces of their 2023 team, but added in ace Brett Callaty to help get the Jacks over the top in hopes of claiming their first title in just their second year. All season long, the Marauders found themselves outscoring their opponents by a +92 margin during the regular season. Derek Norris provided a lot of the offense, leading the team in home runs and RBI respectively. However, not to be outdone was a dual threat in Hunter Crawford. While he may not have taken the home title from his teammate, he went 7-1 while towing the rubber, a pretty impressive season. The Freejacks, on the other hand, had some struggles with attendance through the season, and it will be no different come this championship series. Finishing the season in second place in their division, the Jacks had to rely on timely hitting and great pitching performances from Brett Callaty and Mike Sidorov to get to the Champ Series. One of the goals for the Freejacks was to unseat the Riptide, who for the first time in 3 years won't be playing for the coveted Griffiths Cup. On the field, the Marauders are led by Crawford and Orris. This team poses a threat to the Freejacks, who have yet to give up a run while Brett is on the mound. Captain Brian Griffiths is their number 3 hitter and has shown the ability to get clutch hits when needed, and even has shown the ability to get outs while pitching. With the Marauders being the home team in Games 1 and 3, it will be interesting to see the pitching matchups that Captain Brian Griffiths will try to set up. Some around the league think the Marauders had one of the easier schedules in the OLW, which helped them solidify their playoff spot. However, they won games some didn't think they would, in large part to rookie Hunter Crawford. Crawford also has a win versus the Dragons in a MAW tournament this season, so he is more than capable of slowing down a Freejacks roster of just Callaty and Hannon. The Freejacks are simple to figure out. As Brett goes, so does the Freejacks. He has yet to give up a run in the OLW and will look to continue it this Saturday. One of the downsides to this team is lack of depth in the championship series. Captain TJ Hannon and Callaty will be the only 2 Jacks in attendance this weekend. Hannon had a down year all across the board in every league he participated in, BWBL, OLW and MAW, and has a chance to erase all of that with one good series. Just like the Marauders, Hannon will have to do his best at placing the right pitching matchups to get an advantage. Callaty led the Jacks in average and RBI and was tied with Sidorov and Hannon for a team lead in HR with 3. The Freejacks had one of the tougher schedules in the league this season, and that should help them come this series. Also, with Hannon and Callaty being teammates for the last 4 years helps with chemistry. As for a series prediction, Game 1 will tell all. My initial thought process is Griffiths will decide to go with Norris in Game 1 to see if the Freejacks score any runs. If they do not, then it comes down to what Hannon decides. Will he go with Callaty to match potential zeros, or will he throw himself in hopes of making the game a shootout in the later innings? Now on the flip side is what happens if the Jacks do indeed get a lead of maybe 2 or 3 in the top of the first. What will Hannon decide? Would he trust himself to get the job done and save Brett for the matchups versus Hunter? Having a 2-man lineup will have its advantages as well as disadvantages while in the field, especially when Hannon toes the rubber. Both captains are in a chess match, and I believe whoever wins Game 1 will end up winning the series. According to the Instagram poll, it looks as though the Marauders are going to take down, but I predict the Freejacks to sweep the series in 2.